get all unique items that will be dungeon items and such. All upgrades. So that means dungeon item upgrades. Level 2 sword and the bomb, arrow, and powder capacity upgrade. Oh, and we're starting by the looks of it. They also need to get every heart piece. They need to beat Color Dungeon and get the tunic upgrade. And get the boomerang, which is a unique item. And get all 12 of the photos. So I think that's about it.
So there's quite a lot. So a couple things we don't need to collect is things like, compasses with their new feature that we were just talking about.
The feature is important.
Yes, we don't need to do that. Basically, if you saw the last year's tournament, the No Scoob tournament, this one's going to look a lot the same in the dungeons, except for a few things, because saving and quitting is allowed. It's in the overworld, I think, is where the majority of differences are going to lie because of all the extra things we have to collect.
Yep. Alright, so they're making their way over to the beach, and they're going to grab the sword. giuocob didn't go for it, but I think Crunchy will. And they're going to do a damage boost off of the urchin to get the sword earlier than they're supposed to, and skip some waiting time, I guess. So yeah, Crunchy did get it. giuocob got a slightly slower version, but it's still pretty fast.
And now, RNG the game. Don't you love RNG in your runs?
Yep, they need 10 rupees, and they're gonna try to duplicate the ones they get by making a drop on the sword or shield hitbox and Link's hitbox at the same time.
So ideally we need to get 10 rupees here, and that is to pretend like we're buying bombs, but we're not actually going to buy the bombs. If that makes any sense. If it doesn't, you'll see shortly.
Yeah. So, let's see. giuocob is getting some really bad RNG. This part of the game can be really cruel. Especially if you can't reset. Okay, so giuocob is stealing this shovel here.
Stop, thief! You're a bad man!
It's okay. He gets a death sentence.
That's a light punishment, right?
Yeah. And so he's going to buy the bombs, but he's going to save and quit before he loses the rupees, so he never actually loses them.
Can that work in real life? Because that would be pretty awesome.
I don't know if you can save and quit in real life.
Too bad there's no way of doing that.
Yeah.
Ooh, hitting the dog. Definite RNG manipulation. And now we need the powder.
Crunchy is struggling a little.
Let's see that. So, one thing we do have to do is a trading sequence to get whatever it is at the end of it that I can't even remember. Normally, casually, you would need this Yoshi doll to do that. We don't actually need the Yoshi doll to do that. And you'll be seeing that a bit later.
Okay, so giuocob is pretty much done in this area. He's going to make his way over to the forest, where he is going to get the tail key, which will let him open Dungeon 1. And now he gets to talk to this owl for about an hour.
Our friend's the owl. We don't actually like the owl. Too bad there's no way of completely skipping all the text he does. You can actually skip the owl appearing in certain instances, but we can't really skip the text.
Yeah. You can only skip the animations of him flying in and out.
Skip the owl appearing in certain instances, but we can't really skip the text.
Yeah. You can only skip the animations of him flying in. Okay, so what giuocob did there was a bomb trigger. He put down 2 bombs while transitioning, which activates any available cutscene because the game just straight up doesn't know what to do. Oh, I almost thought Peanut, yeah. Giuocob was going for the pit walk because he moved down.
I didn't know P-Dog was racing tonight.
Neither did I.
Uh,
Blue. That is a lot of blue.
Apparently putting the keyhole in the wrong spot crashes a GameCube.
Wait, what? What happened?
I don't know.
What? Oh, I'm gonna look at that at the stream. It's already passed. I am clipping that. What? I have no idea what just happened there.
I don't know, but we now have sync.
Yeah,
I guess it's a good thing. I guess it's a good thing that this is a save and quit category.
I'm gonna look at that again.
This is the real reason we allow saving and quitting, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, that should have been not a problem. I have no idea what happened.
I don't know. Maybe he hit something cable-wise.
No, that's possible.
Oh, this is a race, alright. Alright, so Dungeon 1, it's gonna be a little bit different than the any percent route. A, because we can save and quit, and B, because there's a seashell in here we're going to get.
Yep, and you'll also see them already taking different routes. Not sure what route either runner is taking, because there have been a lot of route changes.
This category, you know, since the announcement of the tournament that was going to be 100%, a lot of people have been going at it. You know, world record has changed numerous times, and there have been some route changes. So it's possible we'll see two very different routes, or even just minor differences between both runners.
Yeah, I hope they don't have a route that's too different, so we can actually compare between them.
Oh, come on, it's more interesting when they're different.
But you can't see who's ahead.
Well, we'll find out at the end.
I guess we will. Okay, so Crunchy is about to go for a damage boost on one of these traps here. And then we'll just let him cross the gap nicely. I don't know how he did not fall in there, but he didn't, I guess. Oh, going for that death warp there. That's an interesting strat.
Whatever gets the job done.
Yeah, he was on half a heart, so I guess that's actually pretty good idea.
Speaking of being low on health, giuocob down to a heart. And we know how that can go during Moldorm coming up.
Oh, we do.
So we just saw giuocob do something called a super jump. It's probably one of the easier glitches in here. And he did that because of his movement. He clipped himself into the wall by a couple pixels. And by just doing a certain series of inputs, he fooled the game into thinking that I guess he was jumping down off of a cliff. And because of that, he was able to jump over that key block without using a key. You're going to see that a lot during this run.
This game is not broken at all.
No, absolutely none. Runners 1, Trolldorm 0.
Yeah, ironically, Moldorm is actually the hardest boss in the run.
Not even joking. Is Moldorm easy in any game he's in?
I don't think so. I mean, I think he's only in 3 games.
Nice Moldorm by Crunchy. Gained a few seconds there, and that was Dungeon 1. I hope you didn't blink.
Dungeon 1 is one of the shorter dungeons.
Alright, so off of Dungeon 2, we do have a couple pit stops along the way. We have to get some rupees, a heart piece, and visit our good friend at the camera shop, which is a big part of 100%. As was mentioned earlier, we have 12 photos we need to collect, and want to make sure you don't forget any of those. You gotta admit, the photos are pretty funny to look at.
Especially when you print them out using your Game Boy printer.
I still think we should have made that a requirement of this race.
We should have. Okay, so giuocob did a spin slash there to break both those crystals, rather than going all the way around. Saves a couple seconds. Bluntest, we're currently still in the first phase of the tournament, so you're again, giuocob, what's happening? You're gonna be seeing this game a lot for the next couple of weeks, but once we enter the bracket stage, it'll be not as often. Yeah, giuocob's GameCube crashed again.
He should have
I
played
hope
on
that-
actual Game Boy Color with a webcam pointed at it.
I hope that was after he saved and quit.
I think so.
Alright, so it's probably something with his memory card, maybe. I don't know. Being weird. Although that shouldn't actually matter.
Yeah. He is still ahead, though. So,
He
our
is.
piece of shame, we will need to collect that. We're going to collect it later when it's just more convenient, as we do have to actually jump over that. Come to that same spot 3 times.
Yeah, we do. Although the third time you don't actually go over the patch of grass. No, TGH does not run this game anymore. He hasn't for like a year now. Or something. Okay, nice sync. Being in the same room at least.
giuocob's GameCube just wants to keep it interesting.
Yeah. Actually, he's probably just resetting it and not telling us.
It's actual RNG manipulation we don't know about.
Yeah, it is. Just watch as he gets 2 arrows both times. Okay, no. That was 3.
This mini-boss is actually the worst thing ever. For me, at least.
No, he is not Bamboo. He does not have the cartridge.
Oh no!
Again! What's happening? This sucks.
We're gonna need to buy him a new GameCube.
We do. So now, because of Jiu's GameCube, Crunchy's ahead. I'm struggling a little with that save and quit.
So here's trip number 2 of this heart piece. We're going to skip it again and clip ourselves into the wall and perform something that we call a flock clip. Yeah, you don't need to lift that rock up.
Yeah, essentially, you just get pushed farther into the wall, and then you can wiggle out.
Decent Bow Wow cooperation there.
Yeah. Ooh, Crunchy missed that. I feel it's actually easier to hit them if you don't jump for whatever reason. Even though you're farther away. Yeah, Jiu is all the way back here now. Let's hope that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, I assume maybe he was checking his cables and whatnot during that.
Maybe. Yeah, he probably was, actually. Oh, Crunchy took a fall. So he has to do some trick jumping. Oh, now he also has to go through the entire photo booth again. This is horrible.
At least he didn't forget to go back there.
Yeah, that would have been even worse. Also, I think there's a mini-boss here? Not sure.
I thought it was just a regular enemy.
Yeah. Actually, I initially thought that was just a statue, to be honest. Alright, so this is Ghost Skip. Essentially what they do is they hit the ghosts as far right as possible, then they teleport all the way to the other side of the room, where they think the fastest path to Link is through the left, so they just move out of bounds. I don't
Okay,
know what
let's try
happened
that
there.
again.
We just got kicked from the server.
Alright, so where were we? Dungeon 2.
Yeah, I was talking about ghost skip. So, I was gonna say, the ghosts are like out of bounds, and then the game is like, oh, they're not on screen, so they must be dead.
And now off to the boss of Dungeon 2. Crunchy deciding, alright, that's enough of falling in that pit. So this boss is done a little bit different than you would casually. Again, wall clipping. We touched on it a bit earlier, but didn't really go into detail. It breaks this game actually pretty severely. As you're getting ready to see.
It does. Okay, so he's going to clip into the wall, and he's gonna throw the pot in it. And normally you're supposed to throw him at the wall 3 times, but because he's wall clipped, it can't rebound. So it just gets hit 3 times immediately and dies.
And then the boss died to, is it 1 or 2 bomb arrows? And Crunchy was left with a half heart.
Ooh, clutch.
Half heart hero right there.
Oh, giuocob taking some rupees there. That's an interesting route. I've not seen anyone do that, so I have no idea how old his route could be.
Maybe it's brand new. Maybe this is
Maybe.
actually the master route we are watching.
Maybe Saga's made it specifically for him.
Honestly, with how it's been lately, who knows? And we didn't get a chance to touch on it, but the room giuocob's in right now, you have to kill those 3 enemies in a specific order. Otherwise, you don't get the chest to spawn, and that room is actually one of the worst rooms in the game.
Yeah, you could troll so hard there. Okay, so Crunchy's making his way over to this warp here, and because he's visited the screen now, he can warp there later, and that actually saves 1 second. Okay, so now he's gonna make his way over to Dungeon 3, pick up the Heart Piece of Shame, which is not shameful anymore.
It would be a shame if we didn't get it.
The puns are happening.
No idea what you're talking about. So yeah, on our way to Dungeon 3, we have a lot we're going to pick up. We got the heart piece, we have an upgrade we're getting right now, we have a bunch of she-shells, we have a photo.
All kinds of stuff. So now he's picking up the bomb capacity upgrade, and he actually needs to be very careful mashing through here, because if he picks the left option the first time, then he actually gets the powder upgrade, and that's a major problem.
Why wouldn't we want extra powder? We need it.
Do we?
Well, to complete 100%.
Do we really?
So yeah, we do want to get bombs first, mostly because it refills our bombs, and it allows us to use extras coming up.
Alright, so Crunchy going here tells us that he will be using the most recent route. Because that going there after the upgrade is actually a thing that's specifically to the most recent route. So I actually know what'll be able to where he's gonna go. So he's gonna pick up a seashell from the graveyard here. We used to do that later, but now we trade in the shovel for the boomerang earlier. Oh, he's struggling with his menus a little bit.
Yeah, menuing is a big part of the run. We do, I forget the exact amount of menus. It's a couple hundred menus in this run.
No,
so
it's
being
not
able
a
to
couple
optimize
hundred.
it.
It's like 150, but that's
Go with a
still...
couple hundred. It sounds more impressive, okay?
Okay, yeah. It's a couple hundred, guys.
It's a couple hundred menus, and you know, the less time in them, the better. Knowing where your items are. The top runners do have a menu route planned out. It does take a lot of work on it, though.
Yeah. I don't believe a lot of people actually have a menu route through the whole game, but generally, as you do more runs, the menu route just comes...
Yeah, you're used to it. It becomes natural.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that feels like. Photo time! Everybody smile. We're here with our best friend that you've never met.
And you never will.
Well, I guess we will meet him later. or wave to him or something.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Richard. We're just gonna take a quick dick pic with him. Okay, that's not the last you'll see of him. We'll see him one more time.
For like a second or so.
Yeah. Alright, Crunchy going to the seashell mansion where he picks up another seashell. Because he has 5. He's gonna do that same thing when he gets 10 of them.
So I believe is it 26 seashells in total throughout the run?
Yeah.
But we're only collecting 20?
Yeah. Pick up 20. Because you only need 20 for level 2 sword, but there are a total of 26 in the game. Crunchy is currently ahead. Mainly because giuocob's GameCube crashed a couple times.
Ooh, nice villa skip. Was that 2 buffers?
I didn't pay attention, but it was really fast.
Yeah, so normally you're meant to collect 5 of those golden leaves and do all the side quest stuff. We skip it just by taking the back entrance. If you pause on the same frame that Link actually falls in the hole where you can hear the falling sound, and then when you leave your menu, you press down, you actually transition on to the next screen.
Yep. Oh, Crunchy struggling with that those bushes.
I didn't see giuocob's, but that looked pretty quick as well.
Oh,
and that's
yeah.
something, I mean, if you start pausing way too early, I could take upwards of 20 buffers. Both these players got really good tries at that.
So giuocob seems to be catching up. And giuocob is gonna do what's called Villa Escape. Where you clip into the pit, and when you transition down, the game thinks you're on the bush tile. So and you can't stand there, so it just drops you down until there's a tile where you can stand.
So now it looks like giuocob has the lead, but he does have 1 less seashell.
Actually, he has 2 less, I believe. He also
Okay,
didn't
he
go
has
to the
less
seashell.
seashells.
Yeah. Okay, so what they're doing here is a Jesus jump. In this instance, it doesn't involve jumping, but you can pause on the frame. You see the splash sprite on the water, and it lets you either jump or transition. And they're gonna use that to their advantage to get the seashell now rather than later.
And into Dungeon 3, which I believe is going to look the exact same as it would if we were doing any percent.
Yep, it is.
giuocob, I noticed, not killing extra enemies, so I don't think he's going for a piece of power.
He is going for a piece of power, but he didn't save and quit like Crunchy.
Okay,
So
as I was saying, he's different piece of power route.
So he should get in this room. Oh, he didn't.
Nope. So, piece of power, ideally he still wants to get it at some point. It does help, or appears to help some runners in this room. We're doing something called the Dodongo skip, doing a quick super jump and clinking off those Dodongos. You do want to be careful. There is a soft lock potential there if you do it at the wrong time. And if that happens, you do have to save and quick back to the beginning of the dungeon. And then we have our Pegasus shoes, Pegasus boots, whatever they're called. Not the speed shoes.
Just the boots, to be honest.
We got boots, and apparently we can run fast in boots.
Let's see if Crunchy gets a piece of power. Oh, he's struggling. Oh, he doesn't.
Oh.
I didn't actually see if he killed extra Zols, but he should have with his route.
And over on giuocob's screen, another flock clip, so to avoid picking up an extra key.
Yep, and giuocob is already making his way to the boss, while Crunchy is still doing the Dodongo skip the first time. But do keep in mind that Crunchy has done a lot more things already.
Now this boss is interesting. Without piece of power, it's a little bit more on the difficult side, I think. So we'll see how the runners handle it. Crunchy might still get a piece of power coming up when he has to kill the Zols again.
Yeah, giuocob got a good fight, even though he didn't have piece of power, which makes that fight significantly easier.
He has been a runner of this for quite some time, so no surprise he can handle that.
Richard, we can't really say for sure who's winning because runners are using different routes, but I do believe Crunchy is ahead currently.
There's his piece of power.
Yep, there it is. Alright, Crunchy also making his way over to the boss. Okay, so giuocob is going to make his way over to Boots Cave, as I like to call it. Where he's going to I can't speak today. Where he's going to grab a heart piece. Oh, and he missed the quick cycle. If you cancel your dash as soon as you hit that first obstacle, you can actually dodge the spark, but it is difficult.
Alright, and now that both runners have done Dungeon 3, we have a lot more side questing to do. So if you're looking forward to another dungeon, you've got a bit of a wait.
Yep. We're gonna have about 10 minutes of grabbing stuff.
Wait a second, how did he suddenly get a stick to knock this thing down with? Weren't we supposed to do something to get that?
I don't think we were. I think we had that from the start, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you don't do the trading sequence and for the run, you just have that stick for some reason. I think the trigger is D3 or something. Not sure. Okay, so now giuocob is going to grab the seashells that Crunchy already did. Or at least one of them. Crunchy did also not get the early cycle. It doesn't save much time. Maybe a second. It just looks really cool. And I do believe Crunchy is actually going to do a skip here, where he is going to save and quit when this cutscene with Terran, and he can skip the cutscene. So let's see if he gets it, or if he goes for it at all. No, he doesn't. He might have gone for it and messed it up, but let's just say he didn't go for it. So what you can do there is you can like buffer your save and quit menu twice, and then save and quit, and then the cutscene will just not be there, and you'll be able to just grab the honeycomb. Meanwhile, giuocob is already getting the pineapple.
Ew, pineapple.
It's not on pizza, it's okay.
Chat, pineapple and pizza, yes or no? Fun fact, I had pizza today. It did not have pineapple on it.
Okay, so Crunchy is heading into the seashell mansion again. This time for the other seashell that you can grab here. Oh, he didn't go for the swag dash.
So off to the Dream Shrine, where we have to run all the way around and around. Just kidding. We're just gonna super jump straight to the Ocarina.
Yep.
And that was a Dream Shrine. Hope you enjoyed.
Let's not go all the way around. Okay, the giuocob is now going to do a very important part of the run, fish the pond.
But the important question is, will he fish the whole pond? It's the only proper way of doing it.
It is.
So yeah, the reason we're doing this is the big fish on the right side happens to have a piece of heart, and we need that.
Ooh, Gio almost messed up. He almost caught another small fish there.
Alright, and now, unlike any percent, we're going to return Bow Wow. We kind of have to do this. We need to get a picture with him.
We finally returned this demonic beast.
After over a year.
Yep.
Stay still, Bow Wow.
He can't. He's
see
a
that?
demon. He's like as demonic as cats, to be honest.
As I said earlier, I love the pictures in this run.
Yeah, they're nice downtime.
I never got to take pictures. The only version I had growing up was the original Link's Awakening.
Yes, the photos are DX exclusive.
Right, Crunchy, fish the whole pond. I got
Do
faith
it
in
for
you.
us. Alright, so giuocob is already making his way over to Marin. And we're gonna go and take a couple pictures with her. He gets the swag ocean bonk.
RNG seagulls. Because of
These
all
are-
things in the run to be RNG.
These seagulls are completely RNG. They have a different pattern every time. This is crucial information. So I think the runners are about even right now. It's really hard to tell.
This sounds about right. I know giuocob's still a few seashells behind, and now he's, lifting Marin, because why not?
Maybe she likes being lifted.
What is it with Game Boy Zelda games and bringing a girl around? And Link is so happy to be here.
He's very happy. Can't you see? Alright, Crunchy is now also making his way over to Marin. But first he's going to grab a little seashell over here. I don't know if giuocob grabbed that one.
I am not sorry for starting a discussion about food in chat.
No,
One thing's for
giuocob
sure,
actually-
I've lost track of what we've gotten already.
Yeah, giuocob had sword equipped, so it was actually faster to bonk over that pit. Oh, and
So you might be wondering why we didn't get this heart piece earlier. With it being right here, this is why we have a picture to take.
Oh, Crunchy does not get the swag ocean bonk. Because so Crunchy already has this seashell that giuocob is going for now. So that's going to pull Crunchy slightly farther ahead, and he's not mashing. Okay.
Just taking a water break. Remember, everyone, stay hydrated. By this point in your broadcast, you should have consumed approximately 2 ounces of water.
Oh, don't. Okay, so giuocob is taking a nice little picture with Marin, and then Terran comes along and he's like, "Hey,
Nope,
mind
got-
if I get comfortable?"
Don't touch my
Yes,
battery.
guys. Ouch!
Boundaries, man.
Shoutouts to eating your microphone. Alright, so where are we off to now? I think now we're off to get the key. Xander, you've scared chat.
I think I've deafened chat.
We're sorry. giuocob deciding not to do the bomb trigger on this, instead running over to the walrus. So in this, you can still bomb trigger the cutscene like we did in any percent. We actually haven't discussed bomb triggers, so we should probably do that. I've heard people say it is faster to do the bomb trigger here, and you don't have the soft lock potential because you do actually have Marin with you this time. Do you want to talk about bomb triggers? Because we are going to see a lot of them coming up.
I mean, we've already talked about it, a little touch on it again. So basically, you can just trigger the walrus cutscene by dropping 2 bombs while transitioning, and you're not supposed to drop them that quickly, and the game doesn't know what to do, and it's like, ah, okay, let me just trigger this cutscene. That's basically how they work.
In this sandpit, if you fire 2 arrows, you just get a key. Because that's how it works. Did giuocob miss the PR photo? I believe he took it.
Which one is that?
Yeah, he definitely took it.
Okay.
And yeah, this time we have to fall in the pit, grab that hidden heart piece. And at this point, it's what? Another seashell to get, another heart piece.
Another song.
Looking at the list, a couple things. Shoutouts to whoever made this list of bullet point notes. I can't remember who, but I'm using it.
Yeah, Crunchy will also be getting another photo. Oh, Crunchy also does not do War Skip. I don't know what he closed the text box with B. So he didn't get the choice to wake him up or not.
Coming up here, grabbing this heart piece that giuocob's actually heading for now.
Yeah, although giuocob has already done everything in the desert.
Yeah, so I'd say at this point, giuocob might have the lead. And yeah, bomb trigger, you collect that heart piece. Cool game.
This game isn't broken.
Not at all.
Okay, so Crunchy is now heading for the mini-boss. But he does still have the walrus to do.
So he is bomb triggering the walrus.
Deciding to buffer it. Which probably actually makes it slower to do the bomb trigger. And I still don't see how it's faster to do it up top.
We've got Marin Sync here, singing on both screens. I like how Marin just walked on top of a tree.
What?
On Crunchy's screen, she walked off the screen on top of the trees. I had not seen that before.
She can also walk on water, you know?
Whatever works.
Oh, by the way, Crunchy just killed mini-boss.
That's a lie, there's no mini-boss there.
If you say so.
There's just air and nothingness.
And sand. A lot of sand.
Alright, so opening up Dungeon 4, I had to think for a moment. Still got a couple more things we're doing, I believe, before jumping into this dungeon. As I said, a lot of side questing. Just to get into this dungeon normally, it does take you all over the world. So it makes sense to get this stuff done on the way, rather than backtracking.
Alright, so giuocob is going through the mountain cave right now, and he is coming up on one of the most important tricks in the run. I don't know why he just saved and quit.
For pride, in case he misses it.
Yeah. Probably.
He'll have to redo.
Alright, so he is coming up on obstacle skip. He's gonna be just about below the ledge there, and he got it. And he can jump over the obstacle.
That's very important. You have to save those frames.
You really do.
And okay, we're going straight into Dungeon 4.
Alright, so, yeah, there's not really much to talk about. He's gonna dash through this pit, and then grab a key here. Then he's going to actually move into the real part of the dungeon. And this is why the ocarina is horrible. No, this is all a dream.
Fair point.
And he just menued over his ocarina, and because he has his song, it actually brings up a sub-menu that takes forever to get rid of, which is why ocarina is horrible. And he's gonna do a Jesus jump to get past this and skip the mini-boss. And now he has to do this puzzle, which is actually RNG. There are 4 different patterns, I believe.
All the enemies getting in his way.
Yep, that's what that room does.
And flippers. Actually, it's secretly just a single flipper. I'm not sure how we use it.
It really is.
Yeah,
I think...
nice looking super jump coming up.
Oh, he is not going for the faster version, which actually also a lot of harder, where you tank against the P-hat twice, but he only does it once.
So yeah, we just skipped a chunk of the dungeon by doing that. We skipped a chunk earlier, and we're gonna skip more because you can actually just jump straight over here.
That little jump just skipped half of the dungeon.
Yes, and you can do that casually, no problem.
Yep.
Hardest boss in the game. Just kidding.
All they had to do was put a wall there.
So
Okay,
I
so
believe Crunchy is going to get some of the side quest stuff because he entered that cave.
Yeah, instead of going to Dungeon 4, he's going to Jesus jump up to this area and get a photo. Oh, he missed the obstacle skip? No, that's not good. We're gonna have to have a little talk with him later.
For shame.
Definitely. Oh no! He didn't equip sword. Now he can't do butt sword.
Go to sword, go to sword!
Sword. This is important. Okay, he did it. Thank God. Butt sword.
And best song.
Oh.
Nicely done. Some people like to argue that's not the best song. I strongly disagree.
Those people get a special place in hell.
So that's 2 of 3 songs. You'll see the third one later, unfortunately.
The third isn't the song. The third is just a monstrosity.
Yes. Yes, Richard, you missed the fishy dance, but don't worry. Crunchy will show it to you after this.
You will.
So,
Alright, so now we get our friend Mr. Ghost. And we're gonna have to do a really long side quest to take him to his grave. And the only reason we actually have to do it is because we need to take a picture with him. And it's actually possible to completely skip it.
So yeah, a lot more side questing coming up on our way to dungeon not 5. We're going to the color dungeon.
giuocob did not get the mermaid's bra yet, so I don't know what his routing is gonna be like.
Yeah, so fun fact, in the trading sequence, if depending on what version you're playing on, you're actually collecting a different item. In the Japanese version, you're collecting her bra. In US version, they changed that to her necklace.
Yeah, they thought it was a bit too lewd. Alright, so now he talks to the ghost for an hour, and this is his house.
Such sad music.
Yeah, let me just translate what the ghost says real quick. He's like, "Ooh, I'm so sad. Ooh, take me to my house." And like, okay, let's do that. And then he's like, "Ooh, I'm still sad. Ooh, take me to my grave." That's about the interaction you get there. I did not make that up, I promise. Alright, Crunchy is finishing up D4. And giuocob is going to grab the arrow upgrade. He has a lot of arrows left, wow. Normally you have like 2 or 3 at most here, but he has 6.
Yeah, I noticed I think Crunchy's down to 4 at this point. Maybe 3.
Huh.
And now Crunchy coming up on his best song.
Definitely the most important song. Cancer, they're actually using different routes, so we really can't tell who's in the lead. But I do think it's giuocob. At this point. Alright, giuocob is just banishing the ocarina to the bottom of his menu, so he doesn't have to bother with it anymore.
How many different routes are there? That's a good question. We have a new route. We have whatever was used just before that. giuocob might be using a really old route.
The routes
really
changed
not sure.
like 5 times the last 2 months, so...
Yeah, there's been a lot of activity in this game leading up to the tournament.
giuocob is using a pretty old route. Crunchy is using the most recent route. And he's going to grab this heart piece now. We used to get it after D7 and drop down into a pit. But the route doesn't allow for that anymore, so it's better to grab it now.
And now who doesn't want to picture themselves by a gravestone?
I sure do. Oh, Crunch!
Smile, Link!
Oh, I thought Crunchy was going for the heart piece in the moat early, but he just took a really weird route through that area. Alright, so this bat is impossible to deal with. Not this one. This one's fine. This bat. He will sit on the exit of this cave and just hit you into the pit.
And now the dungeon I never got to see as a child. While Crunchy's doing a lot of different stuff, getting some side questing done. Nice pose, Link.
Yeah, so this is Color Dungeon. The only reason we really have to do this is because we need the tunic upgrade, which we'll get at the end of it. Oh, giuocob is struggling with these guys here. Alright, Crunchy might be about to do a pretty cool skip. I'm not sure if he's going to do it. No, he didn't. You can frame perfectly save and quit here to skip this cutscene and the swim. All the swimming back you have to do. Yeah, he's just gonna swim back. Alright, so giuocob messed up the stun lock on this mini boss. Alright, he still got it. Actually, a really easy strat to get that stun lock, but he messed it up, I guess. Oh, he's not super jumping over the blocks. That's the first time I've seen someone not do that.
Link, why'd you hit the fisherman off the boat? Why? You just tried to kill somebody.
He's Link. Alright, so Crunchy is gonna be doing a really cool trick here. He doesn't have the hook shot, and he needs to get to the other side of this place. So, what he's going to do, he's going to bump off of the Zorus
Ghost, please.
And then super jump across the water. And he seems to be struggling a little bit. He's really struggling.
He's doing a lot better than I could at it.
Yeah,
I never tried it.
Seems he only knows one of the setups. There's actually setups for all 3 positions he can be in, but he seems to only know one. And he's just guessing for the top Zora. Yeah, he was not in the right position. Alright, giuocob doing the bingo room. This room is RNG incarnate. It's so bad. giuocob will be grabbing 200 rupees in D5 at the very least, and probably another chest somewhere else. Probably on the beach. Alright, Crunchy got it.
Good job.
Alright, this boss, if you mess it up, he gets really annoying to deal with. Because it just shoots projectiles that bonk on your arrows and stuff.
Alright, which tunic is he going to grab?
Let's see. Alright, definitely red. Yep. So, the red tunic doubles your damage and gives you a knockback effect, while the blue tunic doubles your defense.
Just based off of that description, it makes it sound like the red one's better. There actually are certain instances where the blue tunic would help save time. Specifically, like the Dungeon 5 boss.
There's one instance.
Okay, 1 is still more than 0. Work with me here.
No! I refuse.
The blue tunic looks better, okay? Can we agree on that, maybe?
Maybe.
Okay. So again, it looks like Crunchy is super behind, but because of the differing routes, he's gotten a lot more side quests done that giuocob now has to do.
So it seems that giuocob is going to make his way over to D5 now? Yeah, he is. So before doing that, he's going to probably talk to the mermaid. Maybe not. Doesn't matter much. So Crunchy is actually going to grab the boomerang here. And that will let him do a trick later on in D5. Oh, he needs to watch his hearts. Alright, giuocob is making his way over to D5. Also, jumping under the ceiling is faster.
I mean, sure, you have a concussion now and you can't remember your name, but it's faster. That's what matters.
Yeah.
So giuocob does not have the boomerang, correct?
No, he does not.
Okay, so we're going to be seeing differing D5s here.
Yeah, that also means Crunchy's is going to be like 2 minutes faster or something. So that's where he'll really be able to catch up.
Yeah, so in this room specifically, with the boomerang, as you'll see later, Crunchy will be able to perform a trick to skip over half the dungeon, I'd say. But giuocob's actually going to have to do it more as intended.
Yeah, and we actually won't be able to see who's ahead or behind until after the final dungeon, because their entire dungeon routes are different from here on out. Dungeon orders, rather.
Watch, we're gonna be in sync, entering the Windfish Egg.
That would be amazing. Alright, so giuocob is going to fight Master Stalfos 4 times, using 2 different strats. First time he killed him with 3 bomb arrows. Now he's just gonna use 2 bomb drops.
Meanwhile, Crunchy, I believe, yes, heading to the grave, and then he'll be entering the Color Dungeon as well.
Yeah, he will be. But first, he needs to take a picture with our big friend.
So yeah, all these Master Stalfos fights that giuocob's doing, Crunchy is going to be able to skip. Which means he's going to skip a lot of backtracking.
Yeah, like a lot of it.
Not only that,
Crunchy
this
is,
entire portion of the dungeon.
Crunchy is essentially gonna grab the hookshot, grab the boss key, and go for the boss. Well, giuocob has to do a lot more.
We do get to see Dumb Jump.
Oh yeah, dumb jump. Yo, that was
That was
really good.
really good and really dumb.
Yeah, it was pretty dumb. Yeah.
Unfortunately, because we can save and quit, we don't need to backtrack through that. So now on to the fourth and final Master Stalfos fight. And again, having to make 2 trips into this room, whereas Crunchy will only have to make the single trip.
Oh no, Crunchy died. Got trolled by the ghost, but that's okay because he respawns the screen next to it. Okay, so now giuocob does have the hook shot. And he is probably going to... Yeah, he's probably going to grab this chest up here, which has 200 rupees. And then he only needs 21 more.
Do we talk about what we need all these rupees for?
We need these rupees to get the frog song. I said that really weirdly. The frog song costs 300 rupees. And Crunchy is actually going to be getting 250 rupees from this room alone. And you'll see he only has 189 right now. But he's going to respawn them in a second here. And these rupees are actually stored in the game's RAM or something like that. And that means that they only respawn if you leave the dungeon or hard reset the console. So he will be hard resetting when he saves and quit later. Alright, so giuocob is dealing with Wall Snake. A really hard boss with Red Tunic, because if you have Red Tunic, the boss actually gets invincibility frames.
Only getting 3 hits there, so this will at best be a 3 cycle. 3,
Yeah,
3, and 2 is what we're looking at.
If you have Red Tunic, a 2 cycle is actually RNG based.
But he handled the 3 cycle pretty well.
Crunchy needs to not die. Okay, he didn't.
Crunchy, please don't die.
Taking the ferry, probably. Yeah. Alright, giuocob is done with D5. So yeah, once he saves and quits after getting the boss key here, he's also going to hard reset. And now he can grab those rupees again.
So where does giuocob go from here?
I believe he will be going to Dungeon 8. Yeah, Crunchy now has 300 rupees.
We are set on rupees for the rest of the game.
We are.
Yep, giuocob's got a picture to take first. So again, all the things now giuocob has to do, side quest wise, Crunchy has already done.
Yep. And so Link being very rude again.
Maybe the fisherman's asking him to cut the line or something? I genuinely don't know.
Yeah.
Those little Zolls are the worst thing in the game.
Alright, bingo room for Crunchy. Ooh, not doing very well. This room is just all kinds of horrible. Just look at it. It's so bad. Alright, looks like he's got it. There he goes. There's no such thing as a good bingo room.
A good bingo room is an any percent where you skip it.
It is, really. Oh no, Crunchy messed up the puzzle. Oh no, he didn't. It really looked like it did. He did for a second. Because you need to be really careful with that puzzle. Because if you're a little too high, when you're shooting an arrow at the bottom one, it actually hits the middle. Oh god, he's really struggling with this boss here. He's not mashing arrows like he really should be, but... yeah, I guess he dealt with it.
It worked.
It worked. That's what matters. So giuocob should be getting this chest here, yep. And he also has enough rupees now.
I was secretly hoping there was actually only 20 rupees and he'd be one short. And Crunchy also choosing the red tunic. You know, I'd like to say I'm surprised, but I'm not.
Yeah. Red tunic is just fast. Blue tunic is not. Alright, so now giuocob is going to be making his way over to Dungeon 8.
Meanwhile, on Crunchy's screen, he's got a couple more side quest stuff to do.
Yeah, Crunchy's about to
Dungeon 6.
Yeah, Crunchy's about to grab the frog song. Fortunately, we won't have to hear it.
I think giuocob's also heading there, actually.
Oh yeah, he is.
So we're gonna have to hear it. Regardless of which audio we're on.
We're gonna have to hear it no matter which audio. That's not bad. That's not good.
I'm thinking maybe giuocob is doing safety saves because of the issue earlier.
Oh yeah, he probably is. So this is what I like to call Monka-S Maze. If you interact with one of these signs twice, you could start from the beginning, and it's very much fun. Alright, this is what I like to call the Dumb Gas Jump, aka the Dumb Sagas Jump. Because this jump is all Sagas' fault with his route changes. Alright, he got it. It's a really tricky jump. But giuocob has the hookshot, so it can just hookshot across.
The near sync from the runners.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're currently in sync, but giuocob actually only has 3 dungeons left, while Crunchy has 4 left.
But then giuocob has extra side questing to do. giuocob! Wrong sign!
Oh no! That legitimately just wasted like a minute or something. Again! giuocob, what are you doing?
It is so much easier to do that than you would think as well with the sign layout.
Yeah, it is. You need to be so careful. Crunchy talking to the last time 3 times. That's okay, because it's the last one.
And now the best song that hopefully you're not going to hear because we sure as heck don't. Look away if you don't do well with flashing things.
Well, I think it's actually fine for restream.
Actually, yeah. Well, it depends on the runner's stuff. This one's not bad.
Yeah, it only flashes every so often.
It's meant to constantly flash.
Yeah, because the restream is like kind of weird with frames. But if you're actually watching at 60 FPS on emulator, the screen just alternates with a flash every other frame. And that's because on the Game Boy, that actually causes a translucent effect, but on a modern screen, it does not.
First try for giuocob.
Alright, take off your headphones like now. Unless you want your ears to bleed. It's actually causing the effect quite nicely for giuocob.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
So that's what it's supposed to look like.
Kinda, sorta.
Ish.
I like how we paid for them to perform this.
Yeah.
Why are you seeing Wart from SMB2? There's a lot more than Wart in here. There's a lot of Mario references in this game. I think initially it started off as kind of like a little side project type thing before being developed into an actual real game.
Okay, so Crunchy getting the most impossible to find heart piece. Literally have to go so far away to get that. It's horrible. Oh, just barely remembering to get this photo here. This is actually really, really easy to forget.
How could you forget taking a photo with your Zora buddy?
Because it's like not on the way. Well, it is, but because it's on the way, basically. Crunchy doing a picture check there. He does have all of the pictures. And he will have all the heart pieces. He has all of them so far. Alright, so giuocob is going to be doing Rooster Skip here. I'll let you explain that.
Oh boy, so we're meant to go wake the rooster here and bring him here to fly over this extremely large pit, but that takes time. So, we're going to use our hookshot here, and if you fire it, and you jump on, is it the last frame it retracts, or the frame before, you're actually able to jump off the pit. giuocob did it really nice. He did it unbuffered. You can do that by buffering, and when the hookshot reaches a specific frame, you know when to do your final pause and jump.
Oh no, Crunchy's missing a seashell. That is not good. Crunchy is supposed to have 20 by now, but he has 19.
Oh dear.
And I don't know which one he missed either.
So now you gotta wonder what's going through his mind. Which one did I miss?
That's exactly it.
Not only that, is there a good backup somewhere? I genuinely don't know.
I don't think there's one where he doesn't have to take a slower way to the level 2 sort, but he can get one in Dungeon 7 pretty quickly. Which makes him have to get the level 2 sort later.
So guy says D6 is back up. Someone asked, is that skip only doable in JP? I don't know the honest answer, but I imagine not. The rooster skip?
No, there are no JP exclusive skips. The only difference is language, text, whatever. D6 is the best backup? Well, we'll see if he realizes that.
Crunchy. Oh, I was about to mention
no.
He's been sitting at a heart. On the plus side, it puts him right here, so it's not too large of a time loss. And he was taking it careful. Unfortunately, the Armor's Knight was not cooperating with him.
Yeah.
And giuocob has gotten his final upgrade, one Crunchy will get later on. And now we get to do everybody's favorite skip, Flame Skip, where you skip me. Yeah. Oh, giuocob cutting it close, yeah.
That would have been okay.
Death there would not have been costly. Yeah, again, clipping into a wall there, you actually avoid the knockback effect of that. And even if he had the mirror shield, you would still do that skip because it's quicker.
As for glitches, super jumps and bomb triggers are 1.0 exclusive, but nothing is JP exclusive.
You can do a super jump not in 1.0, but it's not going to work
Crunchy
like you see it here.
Crunchy's just taking this fairy here, because he was at 3 hearts.
Yeah, better take a time loss from a fairy and getting the health than taking a death. I don't blame him.
giuocob using a old D8 route.
giuocob is just vintage. Let's look at it like that.
Oh no, Crunchy fell in the Zorlex pit.
And yeah, that block giuocob just pushed. You can push it from the side if you clip in. Again, wall clipping.
Actually, he walked into a turtle's mouth. Alright, so
Hitboxes, we don't need them.
while giuocob is in Dungeon 8, Crunchy's going to make his way to D6 now. Where giuocob has not yet been.
It's Leno time!
The most skippable mini-boss in this game.
That we can't do in this category.
Hashtag bring back Leno skip.
Who's winning? We don't know. Because we have two extremely different routes going on currently. So, honestly, until we reach the Windfish Egg at the end, we don't know who's in the lead.
We can say that giuocob is a dungeon ahead of Crunchy, but I don't know how much side questing he still has left to do. Crunchy has barely any left to do. He only still missing a heart piece.
Hi, Cue Ball. Bye, Cue Ball. That's the mini boss we actually skipped in Dungeon 4.
Yeah, it is.
And now it's the Roomba Room. Everybody's favorite.
This is the room. If you mess up a single input in this room, you have to start over. It's fun.
It's so easy to screw that up.
It is. And everyone kind of has their own route through there with, like, the pattern and jumps. It's pretty neat. So, Crunchy did not go for the backup seashell in D6.
I wonder if he knows about it.
I imagine he'll be grabbing one in D7? Or he knows which one he missed and he's just gonna go for that one.
Important to note, giuocob still needs 2 seashells. I'm not sure which ones they are. Armo's Maze is definitely one of them.
Yeah, he's gonna grab one in Armo's Maze and in D7. giuocob getting a pretty nice hothead fight there.
Meanwhile, Crunchy severely breaking Dungeon 6.
Ocarina, please. giuocob, you disgrace. You did not get the Wang.
Disqualified. And unfortunately,
Definitely.
with Crunchy, you know, not getting obstacle skip the first time, do we even have a valid run anymore?
I don't think we do.
Crunchy,
I
I think
request
maybe a
it
pixel too low?
I think he's fine.
Yeah, that one's fine.
Oh, I just messed up the super jump.
Yeah, a super jump can be a bit tricky if you don't do
Yeah,
it
he
at the
did it.
apex to your jump. And it also has a soft lock potential, but fortunately, there are really good visual cues to help avoid that. And now we'll see if Crunchy has been practicing his horse heads.
His skill hits.
Maybe he borrowed Bamboo's cartridge.
Well, let's see. Nope, he does not have Bamboo's cartridge.
Third
That's
try, it's
surprising,
not
okay.
bad. Yeah.
Crunchy is just waiting for the sparks to pass.
Yeah. We need to clip in the wall to, again, do a flock clip there to skip the key block. Keys are merely a suggestion in this game.
Also, giuocob doing a bomb trigger for that heart piece. That is his final... No, it's not his final heart piece.
Oh, and he didn't go for obstacle skip.
Wow, this run is so invalid. It's actually insane.
On Crunchy's screen, one of the easier bosses, Facade. You can actually get 3 hits in with the bombs before you're even supposed to get 1 in. Because he has a hitbox even when he's not there. Good programming.
They did
So it
the
looks
same
like-
thing in Seasons.
So it looks like giuocob's heading over to Dungeon 7. Crunchy, after doing this, should be heading over to Dungeon 5?
Oh yeah, Crunchy's going to Dungeon 5.
Yeah. I know he's
giuocob
supposed to
going
get the level 2
Dungeon
sword, but with him being one seashell short, I'm not sure.
7. Yeah, what I think he's going to do, if he knows about that, is grab a seashell in Dungeon 7, and then get the level 2 swords at a later time somewhere.
Again, unless he knows exactly which one he missed. We'll see.
Yeah. We will see. Just watch as it's the one right next to the mansion. That would actually be really good. Yeah, but I really do doubt he knows which one it is. Where's he going?
I
Oh.
think he started going to get the level 2 sword before realizing, wait, I'm one short, I can't do that.
Or he just realized this way was quicker. That's probably it. I think he knows which one he missed. And I do hope it's not the one you dig up there, because he doesn't have the shovel anymore. Yeah, it's that one. He does not have the
Crunchy.
shovel anymore. And he just realized it.
Oh.
He traded in the shovel for the boomerang, and he's like, oh my god, what did I just do? Just sitting there.
That's
No,
the look
why?
of disappointment right there.
No! Crunchy, continue! I think he was really just thinking about
At this
which one
point-
he should have gotten.
Yeah, now he's going, okay, where do I go?
He'll figure it out, I hope.
So that explains why he didn't go for a backup.
I
'cause he thought
really
he was
hope
able to get that.
I do really hope he gets a backup and doesn't, like, go trade the boomerang or something. Alright, looks like he's going to D5. Yeah, he is.
Meanwhile, giuocob doing parts of D7 I've never seen before. Getting his seashell.
Alright, so giuocob doing Goomba Surf. He needs one of these Goombas to move into the top right, and then he's gonna do a naked super jump and hop on it and literally surf on it and make it to the platform. But he's getting some bad RNG.
So unfortunately, at this part, there's actually a backup to Goomba Surf, super jump involving another P-hat that would have been faster to do. Optimally, it's about 15 seconds slower, but this requires a lot of RNG with the Goombas.
Yeah.
As you can see, they don't always cooperate. Meanwhile, watch Crunchy's screen, because he's going to be showing off why Dungeon 5 is a lot shorter for him with the boomerang.
Yeah, he's going to be doing early hookshot and... Oh no, okay, he picked up the heart. If he did not pick up that heart, he would have picked up this key, which is not what we want. And he couldn't have done it anymore. So he's going to use the boomerang to pull this key into the next room. And then, because the hookshot is... the key is in the room, the game's like, hey, there's something in this room. It must be the hookshot. So it just gives you the hookshot. And he gets a first try.
First
Nice.
try.
That's actually a 50% chance.
And that just skipped so much of the dungeon.
Yeah. So now he still has to grab the key.
So that right there was a huge time save for what giuocob did earlier.
Also, giuocob did not go for the quick kill on the eagle. Still went for a quick kill, but you can actually like shoot down in a weird way and it'll also kill him, which is faster. Crunchy's struggling a bit with these RNG enemies.
Peace, please. Help us. So giuocob now only has Dungeon 6 left?
Yeah. While Crunchy has 7 and 8 left.
And giuocob also needs 1 seashell, and I believe it's 2 pieces of heart. Not sure how many photos he has left.
No, he only needs 1 heart piece. And 1 photo, I believe. Oh, he needs 2 still. Wait. Which one doesn't he have then?
I don't
he's
know.
still
I
needs the
just looked at his
Zora
menu
photo.
earlier.
I think he forgot one by the looks of it.
Yeah, he's realizing now.
Both runners forgetting something. So he's fine on photos. He'll get the Zora photo last, but I don't know which heart piece he missed.
He didn't get the moat one, did he?
Yeah, I don't know if he did.
I think that's the one he's missing.
Yeah, it looks like
Crunchy avoiding dumb jump.
Yeah, because he has the hook shot, he can just use it.
Yeah, giuocob going for the...
Alright, so he's actually fine, because that's, like, on his way.
Is this really on the way to anything?
Well, I mean, it's next to the warp, so...
Okay. Alright, so he just needs that Zora photo and a seashell and his level 2 sword. Meanwhile, Crunchy only will need... He needs a heart piece, we'll get that during D8. He needs to find a backup seashell.
Yep.
And then his level 2 sword, but he has 2 dungeons left to do.
If both runners don't get Hundo, I think we probably just go for a rematch, but if one of them doesn't get it, then it's just the other wins. Alright, Crunchy on Wall Snake. And giuocob doing that picture check. He has everything so far. And I think he should be fine on seashells as well.
Wall Snake RNG, please.
Okay. So Crunchy now only has 2 dungeons left.
I think all things considered, we've kept track of this pretty well on what runners are missing.
Yeah. Right. Oh, giuocob is not going for it. I guess he might go for it on the way back. He needs to grab his seashell there. No, he's gonna kill the Armless King with the Fire Rod.
Fancy.
I think that is actually what we used to do with that route. Alright, Crunchy making his way over to Dungeon 7. Doing another picture check there.
Hopefully he knows where the backup seashell is.
Yeah. I really don't know if he does, because I don't think he's run a route before this one. That's why I made a little document with backups and stuff. Or just a list.
I didn't know that.
Actually, I don't think I included backups in it, but I should. Really, I should.
So I feel like at this point we could say giuocob has a bit of a lead.
Yeah, he does.
How much of a lead is not something I can really tell.
Pretty big one, I'd say. I mean, he has a dungeon ahead. Nice damage boost. Oh no, Crunchy fell.
Oh,
That
that hurts.
Alright, so giuocob is now getting the level 2 sword. Time for best cutscene. Also, Crunchy's actually taking it safe this time. Doesn't want to fall again, I guess. And he is going to be buffering this. Oh god, he's properly buffering this from so far away. That's gonna take so long.
Still more of a time save than falling. Or less of a time loss, I guess.
He's gonna use a map buffer to get the right amount of frames to actually be able to buffer feather out of. And then do another one. Yeah, I think it's safe to say giuocob has this in the bag now.
Never say it's in the bag.
He's not gonna get 50 blue balls, come on. And I really do hope that Crunchy knows where the backup seashell is. In D7.
Dude, that enemy is getting in giuocob's way. I don't even know what that's called.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's just a blob or something. Or an orb. He can still crash. I guess he can.
But let's not discuss that. Don't jinx it.
That will not happen, trust me. Interesting strat. He could also just be using an invulnerability glitch on the pod, but I guess he just wants to have some fun. Oh, giuocob going for the cool bomb arrow strat. Alright, Crunchy is opening Dungeon 7.
We'll see what he does.
And giuocob gets the super jump there. Alright, let's see how Crunchy's bomb triggers go. I imagine he's going to be buffering them.
Second try horse heads for giuocob.
Ooh, he's been practicing.
Does any other chest in the game open by throwing a pot at it? Not that I'm aware of.
Nope. That's
that one is required to throw a pot at it.
And it's not even like a statue. It's a pot. Like, what even is the level 2 bracelet? Oh no. giuocob, please stop this. Okay, just switching to bomb arrows. And Crunchy's struggling a little with his bomb triggers.
Crunchy, buddy, you've got to take out the pillar in the room above you.
Oh, did he not do that?
He put bombs in the pit and it didn't actually work. There we go. That's one way of getting it done. So yeah, those bomb triggers do need to be done in a specific order in order to work.
Yeah, bomb triggers have some really weird requirements. For some of them, a certain enemy needs to be dead. You also cannot have shot an arrow.
Okay, Crunchy is getting the backup seashell.
Alright, thank God.
Good to see. Meanwhile, giuocob is now on his way to the Windfish's egg. Are the horse heads RNG? Yes. There's no manipulation that I'm aware of. We just joke about it a lot.
Horse heads are actually a way to test your skill at this game. They are not RNG at all.
Hit the switch.
I think he's forgetting that seashell really threw him off.
I mean, I could definitely understand that in this kind of setting. And he's not even going for Goomba Surf. which is going to save time against giuocob.
If he gets his first try. She doesn't.
I swear he landed on the left side of
Yeah.
those and still made it.
He was on the edge of the blocks. But there is a backup if you land there. Alright, Crunchy will be going for the quick kill on the eagle. Okay, so Crunchy is going to hit the eagle when he's above the ladder. Oh, I'm not sure that's gonna work. We don't have his audio, but because he's continuing hitting him, I guess that's working. Yeah, okay, so the screen actually loops around, so when he starts shooting the hookshot down, the eagle is just left the screen, and at the same time he's below the screen, so it actually lets you hit him there.
Alright, so with that, giuocob will be entering the egg, while Crunchy still has to go get level 2 sword, and then go to Dungeon 8. As well as get his last upgrade, which he'll get on the way to D8.
I imagine he'll be getting level 2 sword after D8.
Probably makes the most sense to do that.
Oh, he's
Never
getting
mind.
it now. That's probably a lot slower.
Alright, so on giuocob's screen, he's going to attempt the bomb trigger this. And he got it, so skip the text. He also broke the music. And now he's going to try and get a quick kill on this blob.
Not going for the swag bomb bonk to set up the quick kill. Not sure what Crunchy's doing. Oh, I guess he's just taking... Oh, that's actually fast. Oh, and he missed the blob quick kill. Which is actually RNG. Not his fault. No, it's Swag Spearster, shut up. I don't know how many hits giuocob has already done.
I believe that was 2. So yeah,
Right.
this is your favorite Aghanim fight. Except this one can go on forever if your cartridge hates you.
Ooh, very nice RNG. No blue balls. Alright, just gonna stun lock this Moldarm here. Oh, he did it wrong.
Just kidding.
Oh, whatever, he's dead anyway. Oh, it was
Here's
his fault?
Ganon.
Oh.
And there was Ganon. Hey, there was also a mini-boss there. You didn't see him.
Yeah, no. Alright, now for the best part of the run. Open your eye to die instantly. He's not opening his eye. He is opening his eye.
And he died instantly.
Yeah, that's how this works. Alright, and giuocob finishes with a SRL time of 1:33:50. So, GG's to him.
GG. Good job battling through with all the interesting GameCube issues earlier. So that certainly could have been probably at least a minute faster. Probably 2, actually. So it took a while to get it fixed. Why did it die instantly? Because Boomerang. That is literally the answer.
Oh, giuocob and Crunchy aren't actually in this commentary server, so...
No, they'll join after.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. We need to switch audio. Hold on, let me do that real quick.
Oh yeah, that's a thing we do.
Okay. Audio back to Crunchy. Okay, the link is in the tournament Discord, so Oh my god, Crunchy.
Oh,
What a
I forgot
legend.
about that.
What a legend.
Oh, I forgot about that. He and I talked about that the other night. Yeah, this is why we don't talk to Marin. Oh my god. I had forgotten about that.
It's so good. I love it.
Yeah, so to explain, he was supposed to do something there called Marin Skip, where you actually don't even go to her and talk to her. And it skips, a minute-long cutscene. He didn't do that. So that cost him about a minute.
Oh, Crunchy getting that heart piece now. Not bomb triggering it. That's very interesting.
I'm going to bring giuocob in. Hey,
Hi there.
giuocob, GG.
Hi, thank you.
So that was an interesting run.
That was very interesting.
It was interesting. I mean, there were some hiccups, like
Your
I
GameCube, man.
actually started the seed on not the seed. I mean, I started the run on a bad RNG seed, so I had to try to reset a couple times to try to get it right. But it all worked out because I got 0 blue balls in the end, so all that RNG manipulation paid off.
Ah, of course.
Nice. We knew there was a reason for that.
Just had to get the right seed. I've had issues like this with this cube before, but never quite like happening multiple times in a row. So maybe my cartridge is bad because It hasn't happened in a while when I've been on the EverDrive, but I've got the actual cartridge and now it's just dying. So maybe I need a new cartridge or something. But I'll figure it out before whenever my next race is.
Yeah, the first 2 times it wasn't actually a problem, but then that 3rd time, that was just painful.
They're all well. The third one, let's see. The first one was I had to just walk to D1 again. The second one was not bad. The third one was I had to do a lot, yeah. And then I ended up like doing save and quits in random places around the run to ensure myself
Yeah.
again. But
We saw that. I figured that's what it was for.
I fiddled with it the third time, gave the cartridge a good blowing out, and I guess whatever issue there was is fixed now.
So how'd you feel about the run during that, after having the issues early on?
Well, let's see. What did I forget? So the first question is, what did I forget? Because I have yet to finish one of these runs without forgetting something. Did I forget anything?
You forgot the,
I forgot the
motor.
heart piece and the moat, yeah. That might be it.
Yeah, I think that was it.
That's a success then, okay.
And you weren't the only one that forgot something.
Yeah.
Crunchy actually forgot a seashell somewhere.
Oh.
And then he realized,
unfortunately,
he
yeah.
realized which one it was, but then he needed the shovel for it, and he had the
it's a-
boomerang already. It was pretty bad.
Did he get like the D7 one or something?
Yeah, he
did.
did.
Okay.
He's actually in D8 at the moment. That set him back a bit. It was interesting watching both of you run 2 completely different routes and trying to keep up with it.
Does Crunchy do dumb tricks?
Yes, he does.
Dang.
He uses
that's
the
unfortunate.
current route.
That's the dumbest route of all,
It is, but it's also the fastest, unfortunately.
unfortunately. No, I'm probably not gonna learn the new route at this point because I just enjoy the old one more and I don't really want to grind another trick. So I'll be pushing this as far as it goes, I guess.
Alright. It's time for Crunchy to not skip Leno.
Spearster wants me to verify my inventory? Sure. Good thing I save and quit right after D6. That should be good. Yep, this looks good to me.
Oh no.
Open the chest, Crunchy.
Alright. Let me bring up the stream.
Alright, so Crunchy is actually going to take a different route through D8. A faster route.
Yeah, I know that there's a clip you can do to skip a key, but I don't know it.
Alright, so he's going to do what's called a lava swim, where he just does a Jesus jump on the lava and then slashes his sword, and You can just swim in the lava and the game just doesn't know what to do. Oh no, he didn't equip sword. This is bad. He, yeah.
There we
okay,
go.
fine.
I figured he might
Now
do
he
that
has
as
to
a
try
backup.
again. I hope he actually knows to slash his sword, or we'll be here a while. He's
I
not
didn't
gonna
know that
land
till
on
you
the
said
lava.
something.
How do you not? Yeah, okay, I didn't know you could escape that. There's a whole host of what would be considered modern tricks that I just don't know anything about.
Oh my god, he doesn't know.
Let's just do the backup route.
He's not gonna bother. Alright, grab me that heart piece now.
That's all the heart pieces for him. And we already saw, I believe they got all the photos, got his level 2 sword. So that's good.
He's also now gonna be killing Cue Ball in 2 hits if he doesn't fall in the lava.
Okay, so this was the last match of this round of Swiss. giuocob, I don't know if you've looked at who won their first match, but is there anyone in particular you're interested in facing for the next round, or hoping to avoid?
Probably everybody. I don't. Let me bring the bracket up. So the question, to rephrase your question, is there anybody who has 1 win who would not completely murder me at this point? I'm gonna guess the answer is no before I look at it.
Actually, I
check.
think there's one person, I don't remember who.
Let's see, you finished with a 133.47. The lowest time out of the winners was a 133.14. So a little bit quicker.
Alright, gotta step it up then.
Or just not have random GameCube crashes.
That'll help, yeah. Now we'll try to make sure that whatever issue that was is fixed so I don't run to do it again.
Yeah, it's interesting, even looking at the losers portion of that, there's a lot of good times down there. There's a lot of good players in general in this tournament.
A ton of times that would have beaten me in this race.
Alright, Crunchy is done with the 8, and he can make his way to the egg now. Oh, getting that sight wang.
It's better wang than giuocob got.
For sure.
I'm not into these new school tricks. Like
These are
Wang.
not new school tricks. The wang is an ancient art.
Okay, so on our way to the Windfish Egg. We are just about done here, y'all.
Unless he gets 50 blue balls.
Infinite blue balls.
The world record is 118.41 by Seisei. God damn it, Spirited.
I'm glad he knows, because it's changed so much lately. I couldn't even tell you who had the record.
It hasn't changed recently, but before he got it, it was changing all the time.
You never want to work with me on these commentaries. Dude.
Oh.
You have to define
I just
recently.
want to skip
It depends on how you want to define recently, exactly. You know, let's just say the past month and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, on a cosmic scale, yes, it has changed many, many times.
There you go. Exactly. It's all in how you look at it. Such good music.
It's like the 5th or 6th best song in the game.
Well, the game just has many good songs.
It does. I think my top 3 would be Mambo's Mambo is a clear favorite, followed by the final boss song, which you never get to hear.
That is unfortunate. Well,
And
maybe
then-
we'll hear it here. For the fans, Crunchy.
I'm rooting for Crunchy to miss it. Let's go.
You got it.
Nope.
Dang.
You get to hear it if you're P-Dog.
Yeah,
He's
just
not doing it right.
since someone did ask what's after this race, there's actually nothing on Speed Gaming 1 until 5 p.m. for Super Mario Odyssey. There are other things going on other Speed Gaming channels at the moment. I'll talk more after the boss fight.
Alright, RNG, let's go. That's
No.
one blue ball. That's 2.
2. Ha, ha,
Come on.
ha. I'll stop. Alright, so 2, not too bad.
Actually not messing up.
Never
Oh,
mind.
never mind.
I was about to say it too.
He had it,
Alright.
and then he dropped it.
Time for me to learn how this quick hill works then.
Just don't slash. Don't
You
spam,
slash?
rather.
Oh, you-
Don't spam.
Well, it works. I feels like it works differently with red tuning than.
Whoa,
Yeah,
there's
you
a
just
boss
need to
here?
Hold it out. Whoa!
Alright.
I've never seen this before. Must have been a glitch.
I'm actually not sure how he missed the quick kill on that, looking it back.
If you don't kill him, it's another boss will mess you up. This is really high DPS.
Alright, and that's it for Crunchy. And Crunchy finishes with an official SRL time of 1:48:39. So GG to him as well. See if he joins.
Alright, we're gonna bring him in for an interview here momentarily.